A quiet hand which remains independent of the seat can be trained best by rhythmic and specific movements. Patting the horse in the rhythm of the trot can train the coordination and at the same time stabilizes the upper body. Reaching with the hands to the front or to the back of the saddle is only possible when the upper body is in balance. The training of an independent hand requires a horse that is moving in rhythm and balance itself. This game with woolen balls demands concentration on the part of the rider. At the same time, the coordination in the upper body happens automatically. One secret of a good seat is that the rider does not have to think about every movement and muscle he has to use. The movements come automatically, and the rider can concentrate on his task. The woolen balls get lost when the fingers are overstretched, and they are just as difficult to hold when grasping tightly. Only a softly formed hand can carry these balls. In forward movement, the rider can move them in rhythm. Or carry them freely and offer them to the inside or outside. This helps to train the shoulders and arms to move independently of the pelvis and trunk. And without those woolen balls, one can start juggling with imaginary balls. The feeling for rhythm can be schooled nicely. Here the rider shows a change of full rhythm. The hands move with every step of the horse. And half rhythm. The hands move every second step. If the rider does a rising trot while doing so, he improves the independence of pelvis and hip from shoulders and hands. Changing between rising and sitting trot should not interfere with the movement of the hands. Only when this exercise can be done supplely and smoothly can the hands continue juggling. The apex of coordination and balance is, as shown here, when the rider, on the one hand, plays with the rhythm of rising trot by twice sitting and twice rising, and, on the other hand, keeps moving the hands as evenly as possible. Juggling is a good example of how difficult tasks on horseback can be taught and also learned in a playful manner. Anyone who can do all these exercises is well equipped to cope with all demands of balance when riding. The different rhythms of the gaits can be felt during the juggling too. Transitions can then be ridden purely by changing the rider's own rhythm. In the forward seat, the rider balances over knees and ankles. Absorbing the horse's movement in knees and ankles can be prepared and practiced by rising up onto the toes and then coming down into the heels again. If the basis is stable, the rider learns to move the upper body above it. It gets more difficult without hands.